Have you ever wondered why some months feel heavier, deeper, more electric than others? Why certain nights seem to hum with meaning, even when nothing extraordinary happens? November is one of those months, the kind that carries a sacred stillness before transformation, a quiet that isn't empty but pregnant with purpose. It's as if the universe itself pauses, holding its breath, waiting for you to notice that something inside you is beginning to move. There's a strange beauty in this time of year. The air cools, the trees let go, and the world turns inward. But that decay is not death. It's renewal, wearing its oldest mask. You can almost feel the invisible turning of destiny beneath the surface of your life, shifting your path without sound. This is the season when your soul calls you inward, whispering, "Don't run from the silence, for it is in the silence that your truth will rise." In the teachings of old mystics, November was called the month of mirrors, a time when the outer world reflects the inner one with rare precision. Every emotion, every encounter, every coincidence is a reflection of your own vibration. Nostradamus believed that certain periods carried encoded waves of prophecy, subtle energies that awaken the intuitive mind. And Baba Vanga once spoke of a dark month that gives birth to light, a time when humanity begins to sense hidden truths beneath ordinary life. Look around you now, the signs are everywhere: repeated numbers, vivid dreams, sudden memories, resurfacing like ripples from another lifetime. The numerological vibration of November is not random, it's a cosmic rhythm, guiding souls toward realization. The numbers that emerge this month are not mere symbols, they are living frequencies, each one whispering an ancient secret about who you are becoming. These vibrations move through you like the unseen wind through a forest, felt but rarely understood. But if you pause, if you listen with the heart rather than the mind, you'll hear the message that's always been meant for you. So before we begin exploring these sacred numbers, take a moment to breathe deeply, feel the stillness beneath your skin. The universe is not far away, it's echoing within you. November is not just another page on the calendar, it is a sacred initiation, a doorway between your past and your unfolding future. The question is not whether change is coming, it already has. The real question is, will you be awake enough to receive it? Number 18, the path of inner renewal. In the sacred rhythm of November, the first number that rises like a quiet flame is 18, the number of renewal, karmic release, and the cleansing of old emotional patterns. It is a number that doesn't simply bring change, it demands it. The vibration of 18 calls you to shed the weight you've been carrying, not just the pain of others, but the stories you've told yourself about who you are. This is the energy of endings that are actually beginnings, the cosmic breath that exhales what no longer belongs to you. When the number 18 appears, it often means that your soul has reached a point of completion with a certain cycle. It's as if the universe is whispering, "You've learned enough here now, rise." This is where the ego trembles, for it fears what it cannot control. Yet beneath that fear lies liberation. The old structures must dissolve before new harmony can take shape. Baba Vanga once said, "There is no disaster in the fall of what is false." And indeed, the number 18 strips away illusion, guiding you back toward authenticity, toward truth. Numerologically, 1 and 8 merge to form 9, the sacred number of completion and higher purpose. It's the closing of one karmic gate and the opening of another. The Buddhists often speak of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. 18 mirrors that very law. It teaches that even your pain has purpose, that endings are not punishment, but purification. Each heartbreak, each disappointment, each release is a seed for something wiser waiting to bloom. But here's what makes 18 truly sacred. It doesn't ask you to escape the past, only to understand it. To see how every wound shaped your compassion, how every loss opened your heart, a little wider. It reminds you that true renewal is not forgetting what broke you, it's remembering without the ache. Like the lotus that rises through mud, your light must grow through the depths it once feared. So, beloved soul, as November unfolds, let the number 18 be your mirror. What are you still holding on to that's asking to be released? What story are you ready to rewrite, not with regret, but with grace? Number 7, the Seeker's Light. In the quiet chambers of November's spirit, the number 7 emerges like a lantern in fog, subtle yet unignorable. This is the number of seekers, thinkers, and souls who crave truth over comfort. When the vibration of 7 touches your life, it invites solitude not as isolation, but as awakening. It asks you to listen to the silence between your thoughts, to the voice that speaks before words form. The ancients believed that the number 7 carries the pulse of divine introspection. It's the sacred interval between the seen and the unseen, where wisdom hides in plain sight. 7 calls you away from distraction. It draws you inward, away from the noise of the world, and into the temple of your own consciousness. You may find yourself questioning everything, your choices, your relationships, even your faith. But understand this, questioning is not confusion, it is evolution. As water must stir before it becomes clear, your spirit must wander before it finds home. The vibration of 7 teaches that truth is not something you read, it is something you remember. In ancient numerology, 7 was considered the bridge between heaven and earth, a number that dissolves illusion. Nostradamus himself often hid his greatest prophecies within patterns of 7, believing it symbolized divine timing and higher revelation. And though centuries have passed, the essence remains. 7 awakens the part of you that seeks light, not outside, but within. But this journey isn't easy. When you walk the path of 7, you confront shadows, the quiet fears you buried beneath routine. Yet these shadows are not enemies, they are teachers. They hold the fragments of your forgotten power. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." The number 7 embodies that truth. It guides you home to yourself. So as November deepens, ask yourself, have you been afraid of your own silence? Are you ready to listen, not to the world's noise, but to the quiet truth that your soul has been whispering all along? Number 3, the Trinity of creation and expression. There is a sacred rhythm that moves through all of creation, and in November, that rhythm takes the shape of number 3, the vibration of creation, joy and divine communication. If 18 was the cleansing wind, and 7 the still flame of insight, then 3 is the song that follows the storm. It is the energy of birth, the art of expression, the pulse of the universe, when it dances through your heart. When this number enters your life, it's as if the cosmos leans in and whispers, speak, create, live. 3 is the number of divine synthesis, the merging of mind, body and spirit. It is the harmony that arises when what you think, feel and do finally align. In Buddhist philosophy, this is the awakening of the middle way, the place where extremes dissolve and truth begins to sing through balance. You may notice a surge of creativity this month, or sudden clarity about what you truly wish to bring into the world. This is not coincidence, it is flow. It is the universe's reminder that your voice carries power, that your imagination is a sacred tool of manifestation. Throughout history, seers like Nostradamus used symbols of triads to represent the unfolding of prophecy, the power of 3 stages, 3 worlds, 3 revelations. Even Baba Vanga often spoke in patterns of 3, seeing destiny as a cycle of creation, destruction, and renewal. And so the number 3 doesn't just guide you to express it, teaches you that expression itself is divine creation, a continuation of the universe's own heart. When the vibration of 3 surrounds you, your words, thoughts, and emotions hold amplified energy. You may find that what you speak begins to manifest faster, that what you imagine begins to take form. The universe is echoing your frequency with heightened sensitivity, so choose your tone carefully. Seek beauty, and beauty will answer. Speak fear, and fear will grow. Number 3 asks you to become conscious of your creation, to use language as light. So this month, let your life become art. Let your laughter become a mantra. Let your words heal what silence could not. For 3 reminds you that you are not merely living in the universe, you are helping it unfold. And as you move through these days of creation, ask yourself gently, what masterpiece of energy am I painting with my thoughts right now? Number 5. The element of freedom and transformation. Have you ever felt that restless pull within you, the quiet urge to move, to change, to escape the routines that once felt safe, but now feel too small for your spirit? That feeling is the call of number 5, the number of freedom, adventure, and transformation. It arrives like a sudden wind after long stillness, shaking loose all that has grown stagnant, urging you to step beyond the familiar into the boundless. In numerology, 5 is the pulse of life itself, the dance between order and chaos, discipline and desire. It is the bridge between the old self and the becoming self. In Buddhist wisdom, this mirrors the teaching of impermanence. Everything is in motion, nothing stays fixed. The wise do not resist change, they move with it, like water finding its path around the stone. To align with the vibration of 5 is to trust that every ending hides a hidden beginning, and every detour conceals a sacred lesson. Spiritually, this number carries the energy of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Each element symbolizes a part of your being, the grounding of your body, the flow of your emotions, the fire of your will, the breath of your thoughts, and the vastness of your awareness. When number 5 appears repeatedly, it means these elements are seeking balance within you. Perhaps you've been too grounded and crave expansion, or maybe your mind has been racing while your heart longs for peace. Number 5 enters to restore the dance, to remind you that balance is not stillness, but rhythm. Nostradamus once spoke of winds of renewal that would sweep through human consciousness, freeing those who were trapped in fear. Baba Vanga echoed this prophecy, saying, "Freedom begins the moment one stops fearing change." That is the essence of this number. 5 brings both disruption and liberation. It asks you to release control and trust the movement of your destiny. It may push you out of your comfort zone, but only so that your wings remember how to open. So if lately your world feels like it's shifting, plans changing, paths redirecting, don't fight it. Flow with it. The energy of 5 is a sacred invitation to evolve, to let go of what you've outgrown, and to step boldly into what's calling you next. Freedom isn't found by running away from life, it's found by meeting life fully, without fear. And as the winds of number 5 move through your days, pause and ask yourself, am I resisting change, or am I allowing the universe to transform me into who I was always meant to become? Number 9, the cycle of completion and inner awakening. Have you ever felt like life keeps circling back to the same lessons, the same faces, or the same emotions, as if the universe is repeating a chapter until you truly understand its meaning? That is the essence of number 9, the number of completion, reflection, and spiritual fulfillment. It doesn't just close doors, it helps you understand why they needed to close in the first place. Number 9 appears when a cycle in your life is nearing its sacred conclusion. It's the moment before sunrise, dark, still, and uncertain, but filled with the quiet promise of new beginnings. In numerology, 9 holds the vibration of wisdom born through experience. It doesn't bring change like number 5 does. It brings closure, healing, and grace. It's the energy that tells you, you've learned enough from this chapter, it's time to let it go. Spiritually, 9 is deeply compassionate. It carries the energy of forgiveness, not the kind that excuses the past, but the kind that frees you from it. When this number starts to appear, it often means your heart is ready to release something heavy, an old attachment, a repeating fear, or even an outdated identity. You are being called to evolve, not through struggle, but through surrender. In Buddhist thought, this is the moment of transcendence, the realization that clinging only multiplies suffering, while letting go opens the door to liberation. The wisdom of prophets, like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga, also touch this vibration. They both saw periods of great cleansing when humanity would shed old structures and awaken to a higher truth. On a personal level, 9 invites that same awakening within you. It urges you to see endings not as punishments, but as gifts, as the soul's way of creating space for new life. If you've been feeling nostalgic lately, or sensing a subtle emotional release, tears without reason, memories resurfacing, it's the energy of 9 working gently within you. Allow it, reflect without resistance, forgive without fear. This number reminds you that you can't carry everything forward. Some things were only meant to teach you how to walk lighter. So as this vibration flows through your path, take a quiet breath and ask yourself, what am I finally ready to release, so my soul can rise without weight into the next beautiful phase of its journey? Number 33. The master frequency of divine service and inner harmony. There are moments in life when a quiet calm settles over your heart, not because everything outside has changed, but because something deep within finally understands. That's the sacred energy of number 33, often called the master teacher. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't promise luck. It offers wisdom, the kind that brings peace, purpose, and an unwavering faith in life's divine rhythm. When 33 begins to appear in your world, on receipts, digital clocks, or dreams, it's never random. It's a subtle reminder that you've reached a point of inner maturity. You've learned, struggled, grown, and are now being called to use that wisdom, not just for yourself, but to elevate others. This number is a bridge between spiritual understanding and compassionate action. It carries the vibration of unconditional love, not the soft, fleeting kind, but the love that stays calm through chaos, the love that heals without expecting return. Numerologically, the energy of 3 embodies creation, expression, and expansion. Doubled, it becomes 33, the amplification of divine purpose. It invites you to find your voice and share your truth, to turn your pain into guidance, to live not by chasing results, but by embodying light. In this vibration, you are both student and teacher, constantly learning, constantly uplifting. It's the reminder that your presence, when grounded in peace, can shift entire energies around you. Spiritually, 33 mirrors the path of selfless service. In ancient teachings, this number aligns with the heart chakra, the center of compassion and divine connection. It whispers that abundance isn't about possession, but about resonance. When you act from love, you attract what your soul truly needs. When you give without fear, the universe mirrors that generosity back to you 1,000-fold. So, if you've been sensing a pull to help others, to speak kindness, to forgive more deeply, follow it. That's 33 moving through you, shaping your life into something more radiant and alive. It's a reminder that spiritual wealth doesn't come from what you gain, but from the peace you create within and around you. And as this sacred frequency continues to weave through your journey, ask yourself softly, am I ready to live, not just for myself, but as a light through which others may find their way home? The path of alignment and the whisper of the universe. And so, as these sacred numbers, 4, 20, 20, 14, 20, 61, and the divine 33, weave through your consciousness, remember this: they were never random digits, but messages written in the secret language of energy. Each number held a mirror to your own soul, a reflection of patience, harmony, discipline, compassion, and higher purpose. Together, They form a symphony of balance, where the universe isn't just around you, it's within you. The more you notice these patterns, the more you awaken to their rhythm. The universe doesn't shout, it speaks through signs, timing, and quiet repetition. When you see a number appearing again and again, don't just look at it, feel it. Let it remind you that you're part of something vast, intelligent, and benevolent. These sacred patterns are not trying to predict your future, they're trying to align you with it. In this cosmic dance, every repetition is a whisper: slow down, breathe, and trust. The path you walk has already been paved by your own thoughts, intentions, and energy. When your heart is calm and your spirit grounded, you naturally align with the frequency of abundance. The doors you once chased begin to open on their own, because now you are walking in rhythm with the universe itself. As this cycle of insight draws to a close, take a moment to honor how far you've come. Each number carried a message, and each message carried a lesson. You were never lost, you were simply being guided back to your center, to that still, luminous awareness where peace and prosperity meet. So before this journey ends, take a deep breath and write in the comments below: I am aligned with the rhythm of the universe. I am ready to receive with peace, gratitude, and trust. Because when you speak those words with awareness, the energy shifts, not out there, but within you. And that's where every transformation begins. Stay mindful, stay awakened, and remember, the universe always listens to a heart that's ready to hear.